Now, let's take a look at some of Ban Zhao's writings other than Precepts for My Daughters. In terms of her literary accomplishments, Ban Zhao excelled in virtually all the known literary genres of the time and served as a court poet while tutoring in the palace. However, many of her writings were not preserved, and we can only sense her talents from the extant fragments. At the palace, Ban Zhao frequently wrote in the poetic form of fu, or rhapsody, which was popular during the Han period. Fu is an ornate literary composition with rhyming lines, usually having 4 or 6 characters per line, and often focusing on describing an object or emotion while demonstrating the literary skills of the author. Later on, Fu fell out of popularity as the Shi form that flourished during the Tang Dynasty and the Ci poetry that matured during the Song Dynasty became the more prevalent models for classical Chinese poetry. Extant Fu writings by Ban Zhao are often compositions commissioned by the imperial court to celebrate the marvels of rare objects or animals contributed by foreign regions, such as this so-called Big Sparrow or 大雀, brought back by her brother Ban Zhao from the western regions. Now, based on the picture shown, can you guess what animal it was? And have you guessed it? It is an ostrich. Nowadays, we associate ostriches with Africa, but in the ancient times and even centuries ago, ostriches lived across Arabic areas. The picture shown here is from Roman Syria around the beginning of the Common Era. In the eyes of the Han court, the ostrich must resemble auspicious mythical birds in the Chinese tradition, such as the phoenix. The image of the phoenix is prevalent in Han engravings and artifacts. Here we may see an example of it. Ban Zhao's Rhapsody thus opens with the following lines to draw an analogy between the big sparrow and the phoenix by attributing the origin of this exotic animal to the legendary western mountain Kunlun, which was occupied by immortals according to ancient myths. As her writing goes, "How I admire the place where these big sparrows roost. They live on the numinous peaks of the Kunlun Mountains. Although they share the small sparrow's name, they differ in size. And as such, they are comparable to the phoenix and luan." And here is the Chinese original. Note that there are 6 characters in each line, and the ending characters in the even lines rhyme with one another. 家大崔之所及，生昆仑之灵丘。同小名而大异，乃凤凰之匹绸。The last line compares the exotic ostrich to the phoenix and luan or huang, another mythical bird. Ban Zhao's words doubtlessly rendered her brother's contribution even more valuable and marvelous in the view of the imperial palace. Other than composing elaborate rhapsodies to please the royals as a court poet, Ban Zhao applied her talent to relieving her brother Ban Chao from his frontier duties as he approached old age. After serving 30 years on the frontiers, the general wished for retirement in his 70s, yet his proposal was declined by the court. On the left, we can see a map of the Han Dynasty and the western regions under its influence. Ban Zhao spent most of his career establishing relationship with these regions, while fighting against the Xiongnu and nomadic people occupying the Eurasian steppes on the north. Utilizing her literary talent, Ban Zhao wrote a moving memoir on the hardships facing the aging general with the following words. Suffering the effects of age, he's beset by illnesses. Not a single black hair remains on his head. He has no feeling in either of his arms. His hearing and his sight have become poor, and he can only walk with the support of a walking stick. Even though he would wish to do his utmost to repay the emperor's favor, he has been turned by old age into a sickly dog, a decrepit steed. 衰老背病，头发无黑，两手不仁，耳目不聪明，扶杖乃能行。遂欲竭尽其力，以报赛天恩。迫于岁暮，犬马驰所。Ban Zhao's writing paints a hauntingly bleak picture of his aged brother, who was once the most awe-inspiring military leader of the Han Dynasty across the western regions. It was now exhausted like an old steed after a lifetime of service at the borders. Due to her pleas, Emperor He granted Ban Chao's request for retirement in 102, although sadly, the general died from illness shortly after his return. Finally, I'd like to call your attention to this rhapsody or full writing by Ban Zhao entitled Needle and Thread, 真履赋. Only a few lines from this rhapsody are now extant. Nevertheless, from these lines, we can not only get a glimpse of Ban Zhao's literary art, but also witness an interesting crossing between her female identity and her political endeavors. The opening lines of this rhapsody are as follows. Forged from the hardest essence of autumn's metal. Its shape, marvelously small, is straight and sharp. Its nature is to get across and then slowly advance. A single connection, linking all manner of things. 融秋金之刚精，形微妙而直端，性通达而渐进，博数物而一贯。The key to understanding this crossing between Ban Zhao's female identity and her political endeavors is the pronoun 真, which means needles. It sounds similar to admonition. 真. In traditional China, admonitions were usually given by court officials to the emperor when they deemed his actions or decisions inappropriate. In this rhapsody, Ban Zhao ingeniously evokes the movement of a needle as a metaphor for straight and sharp admonition, and praised those officials who dared to admonish the emperor as the backbone of a government. These lines in Needle and Thread seamlessly integrate the primary symbol of women's work, the needle, and revered political action that was deemed exclusively masculine, that is, admonition. Perhaps this rhapsody may even be read as Ban Zhao's self-portrait, given the two worlds she had crossed. Here we conclude our introduction on Ban Zhao's literary works. Please complete the quiz questions on Canvas below this video and then watch the next video on precepts for my daughters.